Yeah, it's the infamous one. Lasso said the 1,000-mile journey begins with one single step. As you can see, me and the cat are still having an ongoing war. I don't know why, but he likes to fight. Isn't that right? Now he's going to sit up here and ignore me. That's the thing with having a cat. They ignore you and pretend like you don't matter until they want or need something from you. Then all of a sudden it's like, I love you. I need you. You don't love me. You just like the fact I pretend. In fact, the cat thinks they own the house. Isn't that crazy? Cats really think like I own everything up in here. That's the thing about owning cats. We're not here to talk about my cat problems. We're here to talk about... I was watching the movie titled Warrior. I think it was made in 2010, 2011. It stars Tom Hardy, Joel Edgerton, and it's one of those movies that's been on my list of like I've been always meaning to watch it. I never seen it when it came out, didn't know anything about it. And it's one of those movies like I've always wanted to check it out, just cause it's like, well, there's fighting in it. And if you know anything about me, I'm not a big fan of slice of life movies. In fact, I could easily say my favorite slice of life movie is Rocky. But I only like that movie because it's about the struggles and triumph of someone overcoming their problems. And I fucking love Rocky. It's like the montages, the speeches, the fights. It's like, yo, you go from zero to hero. I love that. This is not necessarily that type of movie. Warrior is the story of a family of former wrestlers who are now estranged for various reasons. Nick Nolte is in the movie and he plays a father. And the older son, played by Joel Edgerton, Mr. C, I don't remember his first name off the bat. I know it was Tommy, and the last they come from an Irish family because like they have a speech on the beach where they're like, "It wasn't right for you to take me away from Ma." It's like, God, that's so Irish. It's like, mother, I need to be there. Hey, I need you to phone your dad and phone your mother and tell her you won't be home for supper in time. I just find that funny. But yeah. So Joel Edgerton's character is a family man now, and he's a teacher, but he's behind on his bills. His daughter had heart problems. He's a man who's got to make money. And Tommy's a guy who's gone AWOL from the army for various reasons. Like, they didn't really delve deep into that, but Tommy's just like a guy who's like kind of drifted through life, and he's trying to make this money to like give to his boy who died in overseas. And but Joel Edgerton's thing is that I need the money so I can pay these bills because my child was like, my child was sick. And one thing I gotta say is like, I love Joel Edgerton's character so much. That guy, it's like, wow, I very much like, that is the human spirit that we're all talking about. It's like, I may hate slice of life movies, but when I do watch them, they gotta be something like this. This is a man who's like, I gotta pay my bills, homie. I gotta eat. I gotta feed myself. I gotta provide for my daughter. I got kids to feed. I got kids, motherfucker. This ain't no joke out here. They gonna tell me like they suspended him from his job because he was out kicking ass, and that's understandable. But it's like, bro, like in this life, when you got to get something done, you can wait for it to happen, or you get to be proactive. This man was proactive. He trained his ass off. He worked so hard to get there. This is like every single one of his fights were like, yeah, you really, really love to see his fights. His brother Tommy, total domination on the other hand. His ass just went through people like, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. It's just like, very good movie. I very much like the story surrounding the whole fights. Like, the fights are just icing on the cake, but the story about like this estranged family and how like each one of them has problems with like, they've all moved on and they won't let go of the past. Dad used to be an alcoholic and he was 1,000 days sober. And nobody wants anything to do with him because of his mistakes of the past. Forgiveness is a real thing in this world. Now, like, it depends on you as a person and what the person does, but sometimes you gotta forgive for yourself and let go. It would have been nice to see family, like that whole family together and loving, but that's not reality. The reality goes like this. We all drift apart. We all have things that like, we don't align. Sometimes we just don't get along, but like, it's horrible to lose connection like that. It really is. I really felt for the father, in which I can only imagine those things that they went through, but overall, I'd say Kurt Angle was in the movie too. Holy crap, I saw Kurt Angle in the movie. I was like, that looked just like Kurt Angle. And I was like, that's Kurt Angle. Kurt Angle's in the movie. It's like, yeah, I know me some Kurt Angle. They also had Rumble Johnson in the movie. It's good they had an actual UFC fighter in the movie. I didn't really identify many other people. But overall, I enjoyed the movie Warrior. Very good story. Very well placed. The fight scenes are very likable. Although, I gotta say, the ending's a little dumb. Here's why. There's a moment where he gets his arm popped and they just let him fight. It's like, that won't I can fight on one arm. No, you're done. This fight's over. You can't fight anymore. Your arm is out. You're out. You're out of the fight. You You can't do this, you're out of the fight. No way. The movie is nothing but a positive representation of toxic masculinity. And I love that. It's like, yeah, we need more positive toxic masculinity. It's just, like, yeah, men can cry, men can hurt, but also men gotta punch things. I love that Richard Pryor joke. That's like, men don't cry, we just hold it in until we walk in front of a bus. Like, oh god. You guys have a good one. Check it out if you haven't seen it before. Probably most people have seen it, but if you haven't, you got nothing better to do. It's worth your time.